The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
This your boy Atlantic City, back with another season of Interrogation of a Predator, Season 5, Jeff Sokol. It's all about the pizza-loving predator. But before we get into that, a look at, every Tuesday, CrimeCity, that's on Thursdays. Dear Kayla, Love, Lorne, new season, January 17th. ORRESTED, coming soon. Stay tuned for that. But let's get into what you came here for. Jeff Sokol. Let's do it.
Is yours, buddy?
Yes.
No necklace?
Thank you, sir.
You all set?
Appreciate it, Scott.
Call me in.
Cool.
I'll be in, 3:10.
Okay. First thing I need to do, I'm Detective Kelly, obviously with the Fairfield, Connecticut Police. I'm just going to go over your rights with you. You're willing to speak with me about what happened tonight? Okay.
He's being recorded, too.
Correct.
That shit is low as fuck. So, I wonder if there is an audio booster.
I know if I answer any questions that are ready to stop answering them.
Okay, that sounds a little better.
Is yours, buddy?
Yes.
No necklace?
Thank you, sir.
You all set?
Appreciate it, Scott.
Call me in.
Cool.
I'll be in, 3:10.
Okay. First thing I need to do, I'm Detective Kelly, obviously with the Fairfield, Connecticut Police. Just going over your rights with you. You want to speak with me about what happened tonight? Okay.
He's being recorded, too.
Correct.
Say something, come on.
Okay, I just want you to read you can read your own rights and understand them. Just initial.
Just remember,
Then we're going to go down here quick and do the same kind of a thing, okay? Get the right.
just remember. If this interrogation turns out to be boring as fuck, y'all voted for it. Y'all made Jeff Sokol win. Y'all could have voted for Michael Myers, the predator, not the killer. Y'all could have voted for Charles McAllister, whoever the fuck he is. You could have voted for Joshua Cologne. Some of you did. But most of you voted for Jeff Sokol. So, I don't know. I mean, it's just the beginning, but so far this looks like shit. Looks like we might be in for a shit fest. So just remember, y'all voted for Jeff Sokol.
Remain silent, you understand that? talk to any police officer, anything I say can be used against me. I have the right to consult a lawyer before I answer any questions. I may have a lawyer with me during questioning. The right to have a lawyer appointed for me if I cannot afford one before I answer any questions. I know that if I answer any questions, I have the right to stop answering at any time. And they stop answering any questions at any time if I wish to talk with a lawyer and they have them with me during any further questioning. And I'm willing to answer questions and make a statement knowing that I have these rights. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I know and understand what I'm doing. I do this freely and voluntarily, and no threats or promises have been made to me. You understand those rights?
Well, I'm probably gonna have to get a lawyer.
Okay. So we're not going to discuss what happened to them.
No, because that's wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry. I fell asleep. I'm being bored to death.
I'll talk to you.
Thank God I'm alive.
What's your address again?
1064 on Beacon Street.
Brooklyn?
Yeah, Promenade.
$44?
44.
The 44?
And Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, that's okay. Birthday?
6471.
Somebody grab me a pen.
Was high school completed in school?
I got a bachelor's degree.
Bachelor.
Yeah, cool.
Could read and write, obviously.
Oh my God, what a snoozer. If it keeps going like this, I'm gonna just straight up abandon Jeff Sokol and do someone
Make
else.
sure that the chicken scratch, you could read that. It was essentially.
I'm gonna shoot
you
3
speak-
of these.
Agreed to speak to me. This is you.
If it continues to
Totally
be
haven't identified
this
myself.
bad,
So,
I'm just gonna abandon it and do someone
there's
else.
Education, you can read, yes, and you can write, yes.
Cause so far,
You can sign here.
this is bad.
And we could probably just kind of start with what happened this evening. I looked at some of the texts. There's several pages. The text between you and the young female. You just tell me what kind of happened from your standpoint tonight. You're in, I assume, at home in Brooklyn, and you're corresponding with this younger girl.
Yeah, I was just looking to meet her, and I know you're not going to believe me, but I honestly was not planning on having sex with her. I know the texts talk about that, but it's talk. I mean, I wasn't planning on having sex with her unless it was right and legal to do it. I don't know if I would have or not either, but I was not gonna.
What do you mean by right and legal to do?
Oh, I mean, if I, she seemed like somebody, you know, that was mature and, somebody that, that would be fun to hang out with. And so I wanted to meet her and find out if she was what I thought she was.
So how long had you been corresponding with her?
Like 3 weeks.
And how'd you meet her?
A chat site.
What was that called?
Wire Club.
Wire Club? Is that, what is that? Is it,
It's
kind of hookup site or something?
It's chat rooms, but I don't know if it's a hookup site because there's people there that are.
Have you talked to people before, girls, guys, or
Yeah.
on that particular site?
Yeah.
Have you talked to younger girls before today, or in the last couple weeks, rather?
Not that I know of.
And what was the interest in this particular girl?
You gotta think about that one.
No.
Have you been married?
Yeah.
Divorced?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like 10.
10 years or more.
11 years, yeah.
Any kids?
No.
What was the reason for the dissolution of the marriage? Anything major issue with the ex-wife?
No.
Or she with you?
No, it was just a mutual breakup.
And about dating and things since then? Do you have relationships? Have you had any recently?
Yeah, a few here and there. Yeah.
What was the last one?
I had a short one over the summer, a couple months.
How old was she?
41.
An adult woman.
Yeah.
Have you, met or chatted with or visited younger girls before?
Younger, yes, but
What's your, I don't know, younger than me is probably in the middle 20s, from my standpoint, a little older than you, but what's younger than you?
Yeah, I dated girls in their 30s and 20s.
And this wasn't, I'm sure, the first time you met a girl who was reportedly 12 or so years old, right?
What would you say?
I said, I'm sure this isn't the first time you either chatted with or met with a girl who was, supposedly 12 years old.
I believe it was the first time that I know of.
It was? Is that what you're saying? It was the first time?
Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why it says John Dupay police interview, it was because I was starting to get bored earlier before it started picking up. It's picking up now. So I was going to weigh my options. His footage is way too short to make a series out of, so maybe just one video on his footage at some point. But yeah, Jeff Sokol seems to be the best bet. All the potentially good ones seem to be too short to make a weekly series out of. This one's an hour, 40 minutes. We can stretch that into a few episodes. So we're going to stick with Jeff Sokol. Just wanted to let you know why John Dupay police interview is at the top. But let's keep going, shall we?
Yeah, right. You may have an issue or a certain fetish or attraction to younger girls. You probably do.
Yeah, I've never met, I've never gotten to meet a girl that was a teenager.
Never. And why tonight? Just Saturday night. It's got it from basically the Boston area, right?
I just had nothing to do. I figured we'd just hang out, and I was just trying to drive home later tonight.
You talked. I know in the text there was some mention of a marriage contract. I don't know if it's a religious thing or something else, but what's the deal with the marriage certificate? What was that whole conversation? You have a marriage agreement or a contract you talked about?
Yeah, I would love to know the deal about the marriage contract. What the fuck was he thinking about the marriage contract? Did he... He couldn't possibly believe that would hold up. Was that something he was trying to do to trick the decoy? into thinking it was real? Because there's no way, this man doesn't strike me as that stupid. No way he believed that shit. No way he believed in this marriage contract. I hope they talk about that shit. I want to know about this marriage contract. I think he knows it's bullshit. I think it was an attempt to fool the decoy. Hopefully that's what it was, because if he actually believed in that marriage contract, he should get like 3 extra years just for that. Fucking there.
I was doing it one time when I said, "Is it in the contract?" I was joking.
You know, mention of like bringing some type, and maybe it was in jest, but
I was joking.
Contract. We talked about.
I know I was doing it one time when I said, "Is it in the contract?" I was joking.
You know, mention of like bringing some type, and maybe it was in jest, but you mentioned bringing some type of marriage contract or something like that.
No, no. Bringing something? No.
Did you mention having her sign it, or you signing it, or both of you signing it? I mean, I can go get the paperwork. It's unfortunately an inch thick, but there's some conversation about that. There's one of those.
Yeah, there was conversation. There was conversation about that. I was just explaining to her that people could get married by just signing a contract. You know, signing marriage documents.
But if you're talking about a 12-year-old girl, right? That's kind of.
Yeah.
I think you could probably even
14 about, yeah, she said she was 14. Oh, okay.
She's 14?
I know, yeah.
So maybe we should get some of the text, so we're both clear about what age she said she was.
7 and 12.
No.
No.
And 14 is that big of a difference anyway? Like, you're 44?
Different, the difference to me.
Because neither are legal, you know that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Age of consent is 16, which is, you know, in my mind, yeah, too young also, but he thought she might be 14.
Yeah.
Oh. So there's obviously a copy of some of the text between the two of you. This, you said you met her, what, give or take 3 weeks ago?
I think so.
Talking about, you know, blowjobs and oral sex and
Boring, 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 boring. What have I got myself into?
You know, tell me what's going on in your life that we even have you here going down this road. Maybe you've always lived like this, I don't know, but it's a concern obviously to everybody, you know. 44-year-old guy, and you're talking about a 12-year-old girl, and in your mind maybe she was 14, but it's certainly illegal and, you know, horrible in most people's eyes, right?
And then said that, you could probably read that.
You drive from 2.5 hours away to see this girl.
Yeah, he did drive 2.5 hours. That's definitely intent right there.
I didn't think it was against the law to you know, meet with somebody and just hang out and talk to them.
You probably, I mean, I don't know.
Is it? Is it? Just like, hey.
Well, the problem here, Jeff, is that you were planning to do more than just talk and chat.
with somebody.
And shit.
Hang out. If I had sex with her, yeah, that would be against the law. But
Okay, so let's just take a step back. So let's just say you never got divorced from your wife, and you had a daughter. You said it was 10 years ago, right? You were thinking you had divorced. So let's just say, as a result of the marriage, you had a daughter or a son who was 10, 12, 13 years old. And it's Friday night, and you and your wife, you know, hey, honey, whatever your daughter's name is, Kayla, we're going to run out to dinner and stay out a little bit late. You can stay at home, and you come to find out, you walk in, there's a 44-year-old guy from, 200 miles or 100 and something miles away. Is everybody cool with that? You're cool with that?
Well, obviously, at first, no.
At first?
Yeah, when they first walk in, it's not going to be cool. But if it was somebody like me, I don't think there's a threat.
Somebody like me? I don't think is a threat. Where's the fucking cursor? I don't have no mouse pad, by the way. I don't believe in mouse pads. Someone like me?
But how do they know what your intention is? You're talking about blowjobs and kicks?
Yeah, they don't.
Other issues? You're not talking about maybe some common interest of music or sports, which is also, I mean, the whole thing would be weird. I think just what everybody would think. I think you actually would too. It's unhealthy and strange. Like a 44-year-old guy, what's he got in touch with, in common with a 12 or 14-year-old girl? And why, if you lived in a big metropolitan area where you drive whatever the distance was, 2 hours away on a Saturday night?
Isn't that all speculation?
I mean,
It's
what's the speculation? I'm looking at this.
you're speculating that I was going to have sex with her.
Speculation.
Because that's what you said.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that? Well, tell me what you said.
We talked about having sex, but that doesn't mean...
Isn't that strange?
It doesn't mean I was going to. Tonight.
Well, yeah, tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week.
Maybe when she's 16.
But where's that in the conversation? Did you mention that?
Maybe in there. I mean, I mentioned that I was looking... I looked into, like, the laws and stuff about, minors. I was looking into it.
Why would you do that?
Oh, because I was going to meet a minor. And, to hang out with them.
So you knew there was an issue.
It was
Otherwise you wouldn't research it.
Yeah, but there's an issue if you do this and this and this. But because, and this is just, I was looking, I was just like.
He's at a loss for words. Fuck it. That's where we're gonna cut it. For this episode of Interrogation of a Predator. Now, at this point, Jeff is still not admitting fault. Well, I didn't say I was gonna have sex. I didn't. Just because I showed up, just because I drove 2 hours, doesn't mean I was gonna have sex. Doesn't mean I was gonna. Well, you have no proof. He's still not accepting his part in this. Will he accept his part in this? Find out in the next episode of Interrogation of a Predator. But until then, check out an all-new episode of A Look At this Tuesday. An all-new CrimeCity, Thursdays. Dear Kayla, Love, Lorne's back for Season 2, January 17th. Stay tuned for that. ORRESTED's coming soon. And I'll be back at you next Wednesday with another Interrogation of a Predator where we dive into Jeff Sokol even more. I'm gone. Congratulations! You're a winner! For making it to the end of this video, your grand prize is you get to pick another video.